Hey guys, this is Typhorus Games, and I'm back to do a review on the Halloween movie that came out this year. Okay, maybe that wasn't specific enough, but Halloween is in the movie Halloween, which was, Michael Myers and all that. And again, this is the third Halloween movie in the series to be called Halloween. But yeah, there was the original, there was the Rob Zombie remake, which wasn't really all too bad, but and then this one. But out of all three of those, dare I say this one is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I've seen it twice. I saw it the first time like maybe 2 weeks ago. Let it simmer a bit. Then I saw it literally just tonight. I literally just got back from it. And if the air conditioner wasn't on, you'd hear rain. Oh, it is. Someone must have ticked off Kyogre because, oh, it is pouring out there. Oh, well, I don't go trick-or-treating here anyway. Got a bunch of candy, though. Got it from Walmart, so, because I could not, I can't have a Halloween without candy. Like, it's a law. Yeah, unfortunately, I could not find a blonde wig, so I guess I'm stuck wearing the Jean hoodie with none of the rest of the character. Couldn't find any armor either. It's sad, but what a sad life I lead. A sad, moneyless life. Then again, what am I? Anyway, well, yeah, it's just, I should probably talk about the movie now. You guys don't want to hear, like, how rainy of a Halloween it is, so. Well, here we go. So, let's see. Let's start. I should probably recap the movie. I'll try to summarize it as best as I can. I'm not good at summarizing, but I'll try. Basically, it starts out, these two British people are making a podcast, and all about Michael Myers, and I've heard people say there's really no point to them. I agree to an extent, but okay, like I said, I'm bad at summarizing, so let me continue. So they made up with Michael's new doctor, who is apparently a student of Loomis, and went to see Michael. Technically showed Michael the mask. Oh man, I should probably in just the beginning of the movie, like the first I want to say 5 minutes if we're including the credits here. So yeah, it starts out just like the original. Like, this movie has, like, all of these sequel tropes. Well, actually, all of the remake tropes, I should say, in a sequel movie. which is really good because, I mean, it is supposed to follow, 40 years after the original Halloween and ignore everything else. So, yeah, I'm gonna give up on summarizing because I just need to talk about this movie. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go by bit by bit. So these two, I guess, like I said, I agree to an extent that there wasn't really a point to them. Though dare I say, it's probably the most, like, one of the more realistic parts about the movie. Of course, there's two people making a podcast about it. It would be weird. It's weird, though, that they're award-winning journalists, though. Like, did they really have to be award-winning journalists? They could be amateur journalists. That would at least make them, less smart than award-winning ones. And again, anyway, yeah, their deaths are, their deaths were good. They're just that cramped bathroom scene. It was really great when Michael broke out of it. Because he took down the bus, or maybe the doctor helped him. I don't know. I'll get to that twist later. But yeah, oh yeah, the father and the son finding the bus scene. Oh man, in case you didn't think this movie had the guts to kill a kid, they did it. I think a lot of people were like, holy crap, Michael killed a kid. But at the same time, I'm like, he spent maybe like 2 or 3 movies trying to kill this one kid. in like previous Halloween movies. It isn't really too surprising for me that they actually killed the kid, that Michael killed the kid. But at the same time, I was more surprised that the movie had the guts to kill the kid, like the movie makers themselves. It would like even the kid who Michael was chasing after in like I think 4 and 5, maybe 6. I don't know. I can't remember 6, but she didn't die. This kid did, and dang it, we got so okay. I keep delving into deeper subjects the more I talk about this, so you'll have to bear with me. So they talk like they at least have the time to give these random characters, like these one-off characters that Michael kills, except for one, but they at least give these characters a personality, which is what I love. They like the one guy barely gets 5 seconds of screen time. He barely gets 5 seconds of screen time, yet I liked him. It was at the gas station. It was just the girl, the podcaster girl. Just I think her name is Dana. I can't remember, but she was She walked up to him and said, "Where's the loo?" He's like, "Excuse me." the bathroom. I'm like, I like that. I like that little exchange. That little nugget right there is what really makes that scene, that 5-second scene, great. Stale Coke. But anyway, yeah, just the other character who I felt didn't get, and didn't get that few seconds screen time, but I was fine with, was whoever was working with that car, like also at the gas station. But at least we sort of got to see them go, because as soon as I'm gonna call her Dana because I think that's her name, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just gonna call her Dana because I'm not gonna be discussing her for very long. She turns to go find the bathroom, and if you look, I didn't catch this on the first viewing, but upon the second viewing, I saw through the window and Michael just punching that mechanic to death. I was like, oh wow. Okay, let's see. What else can I talk about? Yeah, the father and son duo, they had a neat little dynamic with the little screen time they had. The kid especially, I love the kid. It's like, Dad, no offense, but while I do love hunting out here with you, like, the night before Halloween, why do you have to go the night before Halloween, you idiots? But anyway, but I really want to be, I want to be a dancer. I'm missing dance class for this. I'd rather do that. It just shows these people have a life, But anyway, I don't know if I should discuss the best parts of the movie. I'm just gonna keep going. So, what to discuss? Let's see. Okay, okay, let's discuss Allison's friends. Like, the secondary protagonist. I call her the secondary protagonist because obviously Laurie is the protagonist. But, I feel as though, Allison's boyfriend Cameron and the other kid, I can't remember his name for the life of me. I think his name is Oscar? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Oscar. But, Cameron, I liked him in the first act. I really did. Then movie cliches ruined him. He was a nice kid. I'll give it to you. I'll give them this. He was maybe a bit drunk, because it's implied that someone spiked the punch at that Halloween party, but at the same time, he was acting perfectly normal after that. He was just seemed frustrated at Allison because she ignored him for, answering the phone. Probably not the first time, probably not the first time she's done that, but, threw her phone into the Jello, I think it was, which really sucked. She could have used it. And that's when I realized, oh, that's the point of the scene. just to get rid of her phone. Okay. But anyway, the other guy, Oscar. I did like the guy, and only like when he was walking Allison did I really get the fact. Oh, he's into her. Okay, all right. I guess I can live with it. Though he does get one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which is oddly his death, which is so dragged out that it's funny. But yeah, he just goes like he he scares off Allison. I say scares off because he tried to kiss her, and that's not a good thing to do, man. You needed to wait. Even I've never had a girlfriend or really been in a situation like that, but dude, really? I know you like her, but man, she pretty much just broke up with her boyfriend. But anyway, yeah, he's just lying on the ground. He's like the motion activated lights just keep flicking on and off because Michael's in there with him. And then he just starts ranting to him. He just starts venting out all of these feelings to his would-be killer. He doesn't know it, but at the same time we do, and it's hilarious. He's like, my favorite line that kid spoke. My favorite line of his is, "If you ever like a girl so much, but you just can't have her." And I feel like Michael should have answered just going, "Story of my life, man. I've been wanting to kill this girl for 40 odd years now." If that had been a line in the movie, I would have totally forgiven it. I wouldn't take the movie seriously after that. But then again, this is Halloween. We have seen. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Didn't like the boyfriend, didn't like the friend until his death scene appeared. He had a cool death too, with stabbed in the back and then like his chin just like shoved into it, like onto like a fence post, it was like a spiked fence post, like one of those typical gates with like arrowheads at the top. Yeah, he like stuck in one of those. I have no idea how his jaw was able to support his whole body weight, but hey, this is Halloween. It's a horror movie. Michael defies the laws of physics all the time. I mean, look at the first movie. Pinned a 200-pound guy to the wall with nothing but a chef's knife. Okay, but yeah, the kills, well, we don't see a lot of them. I just feel like the ones that we see are just made all the more special. Because until, like, later on in the movie, the only kills we see from Michael are aftermath. Other than the kid, like, who got his neck snapped. That poor kid. In the back of his car, and all this. But anyway, how did Michael learn how to drive? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to go on a tangent here, but, yeah, the kills are gruesome. Like, most of them happen off screen until like, later on in the movie. But when you see the aftermath, what Michael did, holy crap. I think that was the dad behind the bus. Like, his head was just bent at a full 90-degree angle. Like backwards. It was... Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, jeez. But I can't remember if it was the dad or some random cop, or random guard, I should say. But I don't know. I think I wish to think it's the dad. So yeah, there's oh yeah, the gas station attendant, the guy who I said got 5 seconds of screen time, and yeah, it showed like his head was just smashed into the desk. Like, you couldn't see it from the back, but once you saw it from the front, his jaw was unhinged irregularly. It looked like a zombie. It looked like a zombie just sitting there, like, not moving, of course, but oh man. But let's see. okay, the policeman, I can't remember like the actor's name, but the the coach in Remember the Titans. The coach from Remember the Titans was a police officer, not Denzel Washington, obviously the white one. But anyway, yeah, I liked his character, though I do say I think I like his partner a bit more. Being completely honest, I do love the black guy in the cowboy hat. He's not dressed to be a police officer at any point in the movie, but he's good. He's funny. But let's see. Okay, Laurie's friends. Alright, okay, wait. I need to talk about the police officer first. Yeah, his death just came out of nowhere. I really wish he had stuck around till the end. Like, I wish he had survived, or at least gotten killed by Michael. But I'll get to the plot twist later. Allison's friends. So, while I didn't like the smoker guy, the weed the weed guy all too much, like his girlfriend who was the babysitter. Of course, there's a babysitter in a Halloween movie. I did like her. She was at least her, and I mainly the dynamic between her and the kid she's babysitting. It was a cute little thing, like really what a babysitter like kid relationship should be. It was yeah. The kid was one of the most probably the most entertaining character in the movie if we're talking comedy. Just every word that comes out of that kid's mouth is just fantastic. Even when Michael's there. But yeah. Though I do think that the stoner guy, he got a really cool like aftermath death. Like it kind of resembled the one in like the most iconic kill in the first movie, you know, pinning him to the wall. Except that guy was pinned to the wall again by like knife in his like lower chest or something like that. This guy was pinned to the wall by the back of the neck. It was unique enough to not to be an homage to the original, yet you know unique enough to actually stand out on its own, and it's great. So anyway, as to the girl, yeah, she deserved better than an off-screen death, I should say. I mean, we see Michael stab, but I don't even know what happened to the kid. Like, maybe we saw, like, I can't remember if I don't know if that kid survived. I honestly do not know if that kid survived. I wish he did. Like, I wish he is living, at least. Like, it'd be a sad upbringing for him, of course, but still. Let's see. Okay, the music. Music is on point. John Carpenter returns with Cody Carpenter, I'm guessing his son, I'm not sure. And somebody else, I can't remember the third name, but whoever they were, fantastic. They took the original Halloween music and added another flair to it. Like, it's not like you'd have to listen to the two themes back to back in order to actually, you know, be able to distinguish the difference. But at the same time, it's exactly what we needed. It's exactly the kind of music that we needed. And just it was great. Like I love the music. Popping in at the right moments and all that. And okay, and creating a good kind of tension and segue into tension. Alright. The tension in this movie is great. Like, how are they gonna stop Michael this time? How are they gonna stop Michael only for him to come back in a sequel that we know is happening because this movie is so great? Probably my favorite scene, the most tension-filled scene I've ever experienced, period, was at the end, was the final act of the movie. And I'll get to that later, so just know the tension was great. So, alright, let's get to the doctor, the new Loomis, which it would have been a disservice to the character if he was just a carbon copy of Loomis, but he's not. He's a new twist on him. he's he, well, Loomis was just interested in finding a way to put Michael down, or at least keep him locked up. This guy, I cannot remember his name. Mark Twain is what he looks like. He looks like Mark Twain. Cue scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights here, but you sure? He looks like Mark Twain. But anyway, like he's the kind of character I feel like this movie needed. Well, not needed. This movie deserved, I should say. Not needed, but deserved. Yeah, the twist with him is that he wants to know what Michael feels whenever he starts killing. Like, whenever he first started killing, at least. So, in order to test out that theory, he's the one who kills the cop, and then puts on Michael's mask. At that point, I was like, are they really gonna do this? Are they really gonna do this? Because, I mean, obviously, this guy, when he just pops back into frame wearing the William Shatner mask, I was like, oh no, are we doing a Jason Goes to Hell thing? Because is the end of the movie going to be Freddy Krueger pulling Michael's mask into hell, and then we have to wait another decade in order to get that matchup? But no, it's at least what he did kind of ruined the twist for me, him putting on the mask at least, but it didn't ruin it did ruin the twist a bit, but at the same time didn't completely ruin it, because he later took off the mask, and like at that point I was like, okay, that's where we're going with this. We're not doing like what they nearly did in Halloween 4. So yeah, the doctor got what he deserved. He got what he deserved, because Michael just one stomp smashed part of his head in, and it was one of those on-screen deaths, and it felt so satisfying. And that I think that's what started the final act. Is like, I think the doctor did start the final act by killing the cop, but at the same time, Michael. Now, let's discuss the Asteroid Family. The dad, I didn't have a problem with him. Sort of. I mean, he was a fun character, I suppose. Just, he was a bit too eccentric, but like, he was funny, which I'll give him credit for. Like, I'll give the actor credit for. Excuse me. Like, the comedy in this movie is very funny. Like, 99% of the jokes stick. The 1% are some of the dad's jokes, which I'm sure must have been a bit intentional, at least, because, dad jokes and all that. But anyway, okay. Let's talk about Karen Strode. Until the final act, I didn't like her. Like, I got no problem with Judy Greer, but this was, until the final act, this was another typecasting. It's a typecasting situation. She's the mother, she's the unapproving mother. I get it. And probably the worst scene of the movie was when she was describing her backstory. How she grew up. It didn't last too long, thankfully, but Judy Greer phoned that performance in at that scene. She gave in the most emotionless I've ever experienced in a movie, outside of, like, movies that are so bad they're good, like The Room. But it was just so emotionless. It just didn't even make me care. Until the final act, where Judy Greer actually started to act. I especially loved when, like, she's just wailing. She's holding her gun and then, like, she's crying out, I can't do it. Michael steps in the frame. Gotcha. That was so cool. I will not lie. That was cool. Though I did kind of wonder at first why. Like, how did she hit him? Because she's obviously rusty. She's got to be rusty after so many years of not touching a gun. Because, but at the same time, one thing, she got him in the shoulder, which is good. She still got, which is I suppose the closest thing you'll get to a hit, the closest thing she'll get to a missed shot, I suppose. And it was a man-sized hole, and he's a man, so it was just, a human-sized hole. He just steps like he's fully in there. It'd be kind of hard not to miss, even if you never fired a gun in your life. So yeah. Then there's Allison Strode. I didn't have a problem with her. I really didn't. Like, other than like, her boyfriend, though I do blame it more on the boyfriend than I do her. I did legitimately enjoy her. She I think the actress's name is Andy Matichak, I think. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. I'm trying to remember. I did not do research. I only wrote down like 7 or 8 things here. I didn't. So, yeah. But the actress who portrayed her, like, I think this is her first role too. Kind of like how Jamie Lee Curtis's first role was in the original Halloween. At least I think it was. Fairly certain it was. But even still, kind of replicating what they did there. But yeah, I did enjoy Allison, even though there wasn't technically really that much of a role. Like, I mean, not technically not too much of a point to her character. Just kind of filling in the movie's runtime, I suppose, in most scenes. Though it's mostly with her boyfriend, so what you gonna do? But at the same time, let's see. Yeah, she did get her comeuppance moment when she grabbed a knife and got Michael to let go of her mom. So yeah, she was good. I like when the sequel comes out, because let's face it, it's gonna come out at some point. I hope she gets a enlarged role, because though she may be a new actress, she did really good. This is a really good first performance. Kind of like it's a really good first performance. So then there's Laurie Strode, the best part of the movie. And I'm gonna revert back to the tension thing. Well, okay, I'll revert back to it soon. But anyway, Laurie Strode. Jamie Lee Curtis gave off the perfect impression of like a horror movie survivor. Like, that. This is, you want a realistic version of what would happen if something like Laurie, if someone was in a situation like Laurie's. I guarantee you it'd be something at least a little bit similar to that, because she's been planning this for 40 years. She's trained. She's got backup plans for her backup plans. Her house is a living weapon. Which brings us back to Michael. Well, okay, I need to get rid of the tension thing. The best part, like the final act of the movie, is without a doubt some of the best stuff I've seen in a horror movie, and even though I've barely seen any horror movies, but yeah, I've seen a couple of Friday the 13th movies, including the remake. I've seen a few Nightmare on Elm Street movies, including the remake, the original Halloween, most of the Halloween movies. So, yeah, this is like the final act is where I felt the most tension I have ever felt watching any horror movie, or really any movie. Like Laurie just walking throughout her own house. 2 times I thought Michael was gonna pull, a Laurie and be hiding in the closet. And it was great. Just and when it finally happened, like he threw Laurie off a balcony. And then he looked down, she's laying there. Allison walks in the door downstairs, like makes some noise, and then Michael turns, and then later turns back around, looks down. Laurie's gone. It was hilarious. I cracked up. Like, I was like, how does it feel, Michael? How does it feel? And she pulled another Michael again, like later on, when right after he got shot by Judy Greer, her face just pops out of the shadows, just like how Michael did when he first encountered Laurie in the original movie. Said, "Happy Halloween, Michael." Stabs him, pushes him down the stairs, and oh man, that was the most. It was the most. It was one of the most awesome experiences I ever felt. Like when I first watched it. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to wrap this up soon. So, let's talk about Michael. Oh man, Michael was great. Like they expertly hid his face, like when he was unmasked, but when he was masked, he was played by the original guy, who I think he was only paid like $20 a day. I'm not sure. Back in the original movie because of a low budget, but anyway, yeah, he reprises his role as Michael Myers, and it's the best thing. It's the next best thing other than Laurie. It's other than makes sense. You know, the protagonist and the antagonist are the best parts of the movie. Like Michael's kills are brutal when you see them. You like just his return, like opening the trunk of the car, putting his mask on after 40 years. It's great. I love it. So yeah, but raise of hands. Who actually believes Michael's dead? Like is who like we know there's gonna be a sequel. I mean, I know they kind of left. They should have just showed Michael, you know, while it was like cutting through the house while it was completely on fire. They should have just showed him one last time, just still standing in the basement, just still looking up at the you know the once opening. They should like it would be at least like before the camera is covered up by the flames at least, and just and still leave it open-ended enough, because that's the one thing I wish they would have done with the ending. That's probably my one minor complaint with the final act. So yeah, but anyway, but even then we would be like, yeah, Michael's not dead. There's no way that could kill Michael. that's not gonna happen. And even like there's I hesitate to say there's an after credit scene, because there's really not. It's more after credit noise, because we hear Michael breathing, and I feel if it was just that, and what I just described happened, I feel like that could have been pretty open-ended. That could have been left pretty open-ended, you know, enough for a sequel, but at the same time, not enough, like, if the movie bombed. Which there was no chance it was going to. And I feel like they knew that. So, yeah. So, I'm at 33 minutes now. I need to wrap this up pretty quick, so yeah, it was probably my favorite Halloween movie in the series, though it's not saying much considering. But at the same time, like, it's really hard to top the original, and no doubt I'm gonna get arguments in the comments or something from the people who actually see this, for people saying no, the original was best, you can't beat the original. Yes, but in my opinion, I enjoyed this movie more than I did the original, because while the original like was a slow burn and it was fantastic as a slow burn, it's still a slow burn. Like, not a whole lot happens, but still, this movie is definitely a really good movie, and if you love the original, you'll love this one. There's references to I think every Halloween movie prior. They like there's the silver shamrock mask from Halloween 3, which had nothing to do with Michael Myers, but it was a neat touch that they added in, because it's the fan service that really hits you. Like I said, it's got all the remake tropes in a sequel movie, and it really works, and it works well, especially considering it's been what, 10 years and a decade since the last movie. Bit less than one, because I think Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie came out in 2009. But anyway, yeah. So Great movie. Highly recommend it, and until next time, guys. See ya.